Welcome back. Now we will create the controller part of the grid forming inverter. So we will take one subsystem. Okay, so take one subsystem and go inside this and make it like this. So here we will have pulses. Okay, so this output will be pulses, and here there will be some inputs. So generally we will require 4 inputs. Okay, so first one is VABC voltage, okay, across the capacitor of the filter. Okay, so filter inside the filter there is one bus, that is B2. Okay, so this voltage we will require, and we will require current also. So that is the current from the bus 1. Okay, so IABC 1. And 2 more things we will require here, that is grid voltage. Okay, so make it VG, okay, or rated voltage you can say, and rated frequency also we will require. So make it as FG. Okay, so these things we will require. So our controller somehow will be looking like this. So just flip it. So all these pulses will go here. Okay, and this voltage, current, okay, grid voltage and grid frequency. So all this information we will require in order to process the grid forming control. So make it here grid forming controller. So this VAB2 we will get from inside this, right? So here we will take one from block, flip it, connect it, double click here and make it VABC underscore B2. Okay, double click it and verify whether it is connected to right port or not. So of course it is connected to right port. Okay, similarly we will require one more from block. So here we will bring current ABC from B1. Okay, so here, so output current of this inverter will be sensed and it will be given to the controller. Now 2 more things we have to give, that is voltage amplitude. So take one constant block, okay, and flip it. Now double click on it and make it 230 star SQRT of 3, sorry, root 2. Amplitude, we have to give here the amplitude voltage, right? So rated voltage is 230 and root 3 times, if we will multiply, it will give the amplitude. And here we can have 10 e power minus 6, okay, that is sample time. So we can write here a rated voltage, similarly we can have frequency, Okay, so rated frequency. Now double click on it and it should be 50 Hz. So these are the information we will have to provide to the grid forming inverter. Okay, and the controller will operate in such a way that it will produce some voltage and frequency to power up the local load. Okay, now so we will go inside, but okay, before that I will do some. Okay, no problem, just let enter inside, and at first I will create sine PWM. Okay, because sine PWM we will require for generating the pulses. So here we will take one subsystem and rename this one as sine PWM. So go inside. Now what we will do here, we will take one carrier signal at first. Okay, and here only one signal will come. Okay, from this controller only one signal will come. Okay, so that signal we have to demux. So use one demux. Okay, and double click on it and make it 3. Okay, so from here what we will get sine A, sine B, sine C. Okay, and that sine pulses will be compared with a repeating sequence or carrier signal. Okay, and once it will be compare, it will generate the PWM pulse. So as we are taking here sine wave, that's why it is called sine PWM. So now we will make one repeating sequence. Take one repeating sequence, double click on it, and here take as 0.00 4 times 0. Okay, and 5 here, comma, take 0.001. okay, so this one actually we are creating for 10 kilohertz switching frequency. Okay, and this output value will be -1, then 1, -1. Okay, now apply. So you can see the carrier signal is ready. So this is called carrier signal. Okay, and this one reference signal. Okay, so in PWM you have studied in books that PWM is nothing but we are comparing the reference signal or modulating signal with the carrier signal, then it will generate some pulse. Okay, so for comparing this carrier signal with the reference signal, we require some relational operator. So that is greater than equal. Okay, some people use greater than only, but I am here using greater than equal. So take 3 greater than equal block. Okay, and connect it like this. Okay, now all this will be compared like this. And now this is creating pulses, right? So you know very well that inverter having 3 legs, okay? So leg 1, leg 2, leg 3. So this one will give pulse, okay? That will be for leg 1, this one for leg 2, and this one for leg 3. Okay, so one leg having 2 switch, 2 IGBT. So we have to produce 2 pulse. Okay, so how we can make it? By using NOT gate. Okay, so search for NOT gate and make it like this. So copy and paste 2 more times. Now take one mux, okay, because our inverter will take together 6 pulse, so we have to mux it. So this is the first pulse. It will go to leg 1, switch 1, okay, and this will go to leg 2, switch 2. So here I am writing leg 1, okay, switch leg 1, sorry, LS1, okay, leg 1, and this one will go to leg S2. So this is leg 1 S2, this is leg 1 S1. So this will go to leg 2, okay, so L2 S1, and this will go to leg 2 S2. Okay, similarly this will go to leg 3 S1, and this one will go to leg 3 S2. Okay, and this will go. So this is the pulses. Okay, 6 pulse will go out from this. Okay, so I can write here pulses. Okay, so here we are using 10 kilohertz switching frequency, and this is the reference signal. It is getting compared, and 6 switching pulses we will get. So leg 1, leg 2, leg 3. Okay, so this is this is how we are creating sine PWM. Okay, so now PWM ready. So in grid forming inverter, one more thing we will require, that is the reference voltage and frequency generator. Okay, so reference voltage we will get from here. Okay, so you can see we already have given, and this is the reference frequency, but this directly we cannot apply this frequency to the controller. Okay, so for that we have to do some arrangement, means it should be repeating sequence. Okay, so for that what we will do, just take one gain, try to understand this one. This one is very important concept. So we will make it into radian per second. So 2 star pi you can give, 50 hertz is coming, and we are making 2 star pi. Okay, so it is going to become radian per second frequency. Now this frequency is, you can see that is a constant. Okay, and our time is not constant, it is continuously increasing and increasing, so there should be a ramp. Okay, so frequency is actually nothing but the synchronizing coefficient, and synchronizing coefficient always has to be ramp. Okay, so how we can make it ramp? So what we have to do, we have to integrate it. Okay, So take one integrator, that should be discrete integrator because we are already working in discrete solver. So take discrete time integrator, connect here. Okay, now what will happen, this radian per second is integrated and it is continuously increasing, but continuously increasing is not correct thing. Okay, we have to stabilize the system, so there should be a ramp. Okay, continuous sawtooth type of signal. So how we can make it? By using a math function. So take one math function, double click on it and choose here mod. Okay, we will do mod here with respect to one constant. So take one constant, connect it here, and this constant value should be 2 star pi, and here this 10 e power minus 6 we have to take sample time. So with respect to this one 2 pi, it will generate the mod. Okay, so finally this signal, this is the omega t signal. Okay, so this signal will be like sawtooth. Okay, so this is very important to understand in order to create the synchronizing coefficient. So later when we will create the controller here, that controller will require this synchronization coefficient. Okay, and according to this entire controller will be synchronized. Okay, it will work, all the conversion will take place based on this signal. Okay, so now I will make here one go to, and I will name it as omega t. Here we can write the name of this one is omega t. So from here we will get one from block, and that from block we will use in the later stage here. So now I am going to stop this video here only, and in the next video I will create the complete controller block here. So thank you for watching, and please wait for the next video.